Where am I? Hello? Is...
It's okay. You can talk to me. Oh, come on now. Don't be shy. I won't bite. Or you can just go ahead and ignore me. I'll wait as long as it takes. Dee-dum-dee-dum. Ah, I was one... You are Charlotte Barkley.
What? I mean, yes, I am, but... I need to get to Binkley's books. Real soon, as in right now.
Hey, now calm down, woman. There is no need to...
I assure you there most definitely is a need for me to... And don't you ever refer to...
Alright, you've been in an accident. You're in critical... I saw the whole thing.
Oh,
maybe...
fine. So, as far as I'm sure everyone's concerned, the sooner I can get back to work, the better.
I'm afraid it's nowhere near as simple as that, sweetie.
I was afraid of that. And please, don't call me sweetie.
See, here's the thing. I've been sent here to take you on a journey. A journey through your memories, to be precise.
Sounds rather pointless and inane to me.
Believe me, I don't want to... However, I really don't... The revisiting of one's life thus far is compulsory for all human souls at the brink of death. Them's the rules.
I see.
My name's Trevin, by the way, and it's lovely to...
Well, what are we standing around? Let's get the...
If you...
Oh no. Oh no. Can we skip this part of the guided tour through my memories, please?
If it were up to me, I'd be more than happy to. Sadly, it's not, so I'm sorry to say you're just gonna have to get through it. Do you think you can do that for me?
Fine, but let's make it quick. Trust me, it's better for everyone if we get out of here as soon as possible.
Well, would you look at that? It's you having dinner at a fancy restaurant with a well-dressed man. Some kind of business meeting?
No, it's far more embarrassing than that.
Oh, I see. You're out on a date. This is gonna be juicy, I just know it.
If it's juice you're expecting, I'm sorry to say you're going to be in for some real disappointment.
So, Carla, was it?
Charlotte.
Right. Sorry, I'm bad with names.
Don't worry about it. I don't think I even remember this guy's name. It started with an H. Howard? Hereford? Hugh? I have no idea.
I think we can all safely guess that you didn't so much as glance at him ever again after this particular date.
That guess would be accurate, yes.
Food's pretty good here, isn't it?
Yes, it is quite delicious. Do you come here often?
I've been here for work a couple of times.
I see. Ugh, the only way this conversation could be more boring would be if we started talking about the weather or local sports teams.
I don't know. For me, it's all about the delivery. But in this case, I would agree. I presume this is where you went to high school. Either that, or you had a short-lived role in a John Hughes film that I somehow missed reading about.
Oh, it's high school, all right. My first real exposure to Canada, as well as to the now embarrassing pseudo-nonconformism of adolescence. There'd be decorations like this on some pretty girl's locker every other day, it seemed. Sam and I used to make fun of them all the time.
Aww.
Of course, once my birthday rolled around, Sam stuck a novelty singing Moosehead on my locker. The stares I got from passers-by were priceless. I don't remember whose birthday it was that day, but it's 85% likely that... This is the room where I took physics with Mr. Kleinstauber. He always told these amusingly disturbing stories about experiments he performed on his pet hamster, Fluffy.
That's a good reason to keep going to class if I ever did hear one.
Of course, this one kid's parents complained to the school board, and before we knew it, Mr. K was gone within the week. His replacement was this greasy-haired hippie who'd spend the entire class playing solitaire on his computer while we all pretended to study. That elephant mural was always a prime target for vandalization. Eventually, the administration just got rid of it so they wouldn't have to keep erasing the graffiti every week.
Here I was thinking your high school was sponsored by a cigarette company. Looking at that mural gives me the sudden urge to take up smoking.
As long as it doesn't give you the sudden urge to wear a tacky green and brown kilt, I'm happy. The only trophies our school ever got were for synchronized swimming and basket weaving, and that was back in the 70s. The only trophy and that Coriander Christensen and her various lemmings whose names I completely forget.
I take it they made up the obligatory popular clique of girls that rules the entire school with an iron fist.
No, not really. Most people either made fun of them or ignored them, or both. I'd almost feel sorry for them if it weren't for the fact that they actually did treat everyone around them as if they were their peons.
So, Coriander, wasn't that the name of the pampered yet quietly resentful Stepford wife in your first novel?
The name was chosen for symbolic reasons, particularly given how polarized people tend to be regarding the taste of the plant's leaves. That said, I did originally get the idea from this particular Coriander. I wonder what happened to Coriander. I recall running into her while in line at the grocery store several years ago.
That must have been awkward.
Actually, she was extremely friendly and seemed genuinely happy to see me, which I suppose made things even more awkward on my part.
You know, Coriander's kind of a nice name for a girl.
Ugh, I seriously do hope you're joking.
You know,
I spent most of my time in physics class sitting near the back and writing short stories.
And you didn't get into any trouble for doing so?
Trouble? Hardly. Compared to practically everyone else in said class, I appeared by far as one of the most studious. That was Samira Gulabi, the only real friend I remember ever having in high school. One of the few real friends I've ever had, period, for that matter.
I have to say, I would have never even thought to picture you in goth makeup. You've always struck me as far too vanilla to be interested in hanging out with any alternative sort of folk.
I supposed it helped that everyone she'd known since childhood either feared her because of the way she dressed. As the new kid, everyone...
So tell me, Miss Barkley, how was your exciting adventure?
Miss and Court.
She first. I hear.
Yeah.
Whatever. Oh yeah. I mean,
It does.
can't you just...
It's the only I knew beds.
What a pristine, exquisitely decorated office.
This was Annabelle Kurtzman's office, my former boss at Schuler Hunt Global Publishing, their most talented and sought-after editor.
That's right, before you became a novelist, you worked as an editorial assistant at a highly prestigious publishing company.
The 97% average I worked my rear end off to get in university certainly helped.
Aw, look at you in your adorable ponytail.
That was the last time I grew my hair out that long as far as I can remember, and that was mostly because I was too busy to get it cut. Eventually I decided it saved far more time in the long run to maintain short, minimalist hairstyles.
Understandably so. Must have saved you loads of money on conditioner, too.
You wanted to see me, Charlotte?
Yes, Miss Kurtzman. See, I'm not sure how to say this, but...
Oh, come on now, spit it out. I've got a lot of work to do and these deadlines aren't going to meet themselves.
I know, it's just that I wanted to let you know that I'm going to be resigning from Schuler Hunt. I was almost as jittery as that time I drank an extra large can of Rower juice.
Didn't they eventually have to recall that drink after some kid wound?
Possibly. Could have also been Blue Matador, or personally, I'm quite happy to...
Lovely kitchen you've got here, so quaint and English. I'm assuming this is your childhood home?
Your assumption would be correct. Also, if by quaint and English you mean tacky and cramped, I'd be inclined to agree. Of course, I remember this place being a lot bigger, as you can probably imagine.
Ah, it's baby Charlotte. Look at you, with your little bangs and disapproving scowl. I could just gobble you up right now.
For the love of all that is holy, please don't, or I might just have to find a place to be sick.
It was a figure of speech. Anyway, I'm guessing that male version of you is supposed to be your father?
That's right, Dr. Graham Barclay, the renowned professor of mathematics, and the one man I admired more than any other.
How was school today?
Fine.
Maths exam went alright then.
I got a 92,
That's my girl.
I guess.
Ugh, I hate... Seriously, it's as bad as...
A chalkboard with a perfectly enunciated...
Oh, you know what I mean.